It's a different looking Arsenal this time around. The Gunners are getting their transfer business done early, something we're not used to seeing. Arsenal fans will be happy with this new direction the club is taking. They'll be even happier with their latest signing. The miracle they have called for has arrived. Jesus. Jesus needs no introduction, and he is now set to come and save the day at the Emirates. Arsenal coach Mikel Arteta has been in search of a striker and has now signed one he knows very well. Gabriel Jesus is the latest big star in London, and his career is an example of the grass-to-grey story that we all love to see in football. The Brazilian star might be a household name today, but he had to face and overcome lots of obstacles growing up. Will he shine at Arsenal? How many goals will he score? We'll let you know what we think as you keep watching the video. Welcome back to our channel, and today it's all about that man on everyone's lips. A rough start for a child with big dreams. Gabriel Jesus may be on top of the world after emerging as one of the most exciting young strikers in world football and getting his big break with one of the biggest names in football, Pep Guardiola, but his humble beginnings are fresh in the memory and will always remain a source of inspiration to young footballers out there. Now, let's go down memory lane a bit. Born in Sao Paulo on the 3rd of April 1997, Jesus lived the stereotypical Brazilian favela life, but with an even bigger obstacle. His father was a deadbeat. The man disappeared and left his mother to take care of him and his siblings all alone. For young kids who grew up in areas like this, it was common to take on menial jobs from the age of 12. However, Jesus' mother did not allow that for her child and encouraged him to focus on his dreams, playing football. Jesus started out with the neighborhood club, Club Pequeninos, where he played football on a dirt pitch surrounded by pine trees outside of a military prison. If you have any experience playing on dirt pitches, you'll know how hard it is to play and excel on these surfaces. But that's just what Jesus did, and soon one of Brazil's biggest and best clubs, Palmeiras, snapped him up. He became a youth player for the Campeonato Brasileiro club in his early teens and got paid a far from modest sum of €3,500 at the time. He was better than his teammates at the time, and everyone who followed Palmeiras knew that it was only a matter of time before his big break. From painting the streets of Brazil to a world-class star. The story of Gabriel Jesus will not be complete without the story behind one of the hardest football pictures in recent history. A photographer captured a 17-year-old Jesus standing barefoot on a street in Sao Paulo ahead of the 2014 World Cup. Like many other football-obsessed Brazilian teens, he was preparing for the World Cup to come to his homeland. The new Arsenal man broke the internet in 2017 when he shared a series of throwback pictures, including that iconic one on his Twitter account. He revealed he was helping to paint the streets of his neighborhood in Brazilian colors in preparation for the tournament 8 years ago. Fast forward to 2018, and Jesus was wearing the number 9 jersey for Brazil at the 2018 World Cup. In fact, he now has a mural of his iconic phone call celebration in Sao Paulo, and it represents a powerful image of how he went from painting the streets to being painted on the streets. Before we go on, your favorite player says to tell you to click subscribe if you haven't already. Big break in the Premier League. South America has and will continue to be a scout's dream. Every European side has a full scouting department in most South American nations, Brazil especially. Any exceptional player is bound to get a move to Europe at one point or the other, and it was no different with Jesus. A €27 million move to Etihad was agreed in August 2016, with his move going through the following January. Jesus immediately showed his quality in front of the teeming Manchester City fans, but never really nailed down a first-team spot. He was only 17 at the time, and even if he wasn't, not many strikers could rival the legendary Sergio Aguero for a starting berth at Manchester City or any other club. That did not stop Jesus from showing his worth as an able deputy, and he managed to score 95 goals in 210 appearances for City. In fact, he has scored or assisted on 58% of his starts in the Premier League, a feat that only 3 other players, Sergio Aguero, Mohamed Salah, and Thierry Henry, have managed to top. It doesn't get any better than that for a striker who's played in the Premier League. Back in April, Jesus made Brazilian history, as he was the first from the country of Jogo Bonito to score 4 goals in a Premier League game, when he scored 4 in Manchester City's 5-1 win against Watford. He also recorded the assist for the other goal scored by Rodri. He's only behind Roberto Firmino in the Premier League Brazilian goal scorer leaderboard with 58 goals. Firmino is expected to drop down the pecking order at Liverpool, and Jesus is expected to lead the line at Arsenal, which places him in the driver's seat to finish his Premier League career as the highest scoring Brazilian in the league's history, while also being one of the most decorated. Gabriel Jesus has gone from earning just €3,500 a year to playing in England and winning 4 medals, to becoming one of Arsenal's highest paid players, earning in excess of €200,000 a week. Why Jesus is a great fit for Arsenal. At Arsenal, Jesus will give Mikel Arteta the flexibility to set up different formations, especially in attack. The Brazilian can play as a central forward, meaning he can be deployed alongside Eddie Nketiah. He can also play on either side of the flank, as he did on several occasions with City and the Brazil national team. His pace and dribbling ability will also suit Arteta's style of play. Jesus will also adapt quickly at Arsenal, given that the Gunners have a Brazilian contingent of their own in Gabriel Magalhaes and Gabriel Martinelli. Ironically, that will make him the 3rd Gabriel at Arsenal. The Gunners now have Jesus and Mohamed in the same team, and if you believe in religion, who can stop this side? Jesus will surely be picking more calls after his goal celebrations at the Emirates Stadium. His famous celebration is a tribute to his mother, who calls him after every match when he scores a goal. Arsenal have gotten themselves an elite striker, who still has many more years ahead of him, and they have his mother, who believed in his dreams, to thank. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more awesome football content. Turn on the notification icon so you can know when the next video drops. We'll see you in the next one.